rhymes and Rawchaa creation. Coming to life.
No weapon they form against me shall prosper.
Don't mean it won't be formed. Just means it will not prosper. And that fabulous voice you hear there? Yeah.
No weapon they form against me shall prosper.
Need your mic, tweet to bird, yes. Please don't mistake us for no chumps. We are humble by choice. Cup our hands out in front of us and blow with our voice. Scripture called that the trumpet when we roll with our boys to these highways and byways and bring on the noise.
Shalom everybody, welcome to the Search Engine International, and I'm your host Brother Rawchaa, taking you through for the next couple of hours. Joining me shortly is Elder Rawchaa. Spread the word everybody. The search engine is back, and our apologies for being away for so long, but we're here, and hopefully we can keep it running for the time to come. All right, I hope you all had a blessed Feast of Purim gone a couple weeks ago, and getting ready now for the Passover coming up. All right, so stay tuned. It should be a good show this evening. Let me get Elder Rawchaa in. Hey, Shalom, Elder. How you doing?
Hey, Shalom. I'm doing okay. I'm here with Shabbat, Brother Mark. How you doing?
I'm well, man. Praise the Most High. Brother Shabbat, how are things with you?
Good. How you doing? Shalom.
I'm well, man. Praise be to the Most High.
Oh, praise.
Hey, why you coming on tonight, man? The big guns are out. You with me? What's going on?
Ain't nothing. Let me ask you first. Am I clear to you? Because I'm speaking from a different computer here. Am I coming through crystal clear?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Okay. First of all, I would like to say all praises be to the Most High and another opportunity. And we're going to keep this thing going. I was under the weather. I apologize to the brothers and sisters, so let me put that out there right now. I've been under the weather for the last couple of weeks. I beat this cold, but it must have been lurking, so it must have come back. And I've been down for a couple of weeks, but I'm here strong and ready to go. There's a few things we're going to get in today. Also, there's so many things that I want to talk about that we're doing as far as the work going forward in this new year. I'm going to talk about this as it goes, but I wanted to be able to share with brothers and sisters the journey of the truth today. I wanted to talk about. A lot of people might ask, well, what happened, what inspired us or myself to get the truth and to continue with it after all these years. I mean, it's been over 2 decades now for me. All praise be to the Most High. And also touch on a few things we've gone through in prophecy from where we were to where we are now, to let brothers and sisters know that even though it's a struggle, it's a battle, and that's why Christ says, "Ye that endure to the end, the same shall be saved." That throughout all of our adversities, throughout all the pitfalls and the negative things that have happened, also that the truth have abound throughout the times. So I wanted to be able to talk about the brothers and sisters to let everyone know that even though they're going through struggles, whatever the case is, the Bible tells you there's nothing common to man. It's good that brothers and sisters know that regardless of our study and who we are and what the Most High used us for, we go through struggles and temptations and setbacks just like every other person. But all in all, the Most High has utilized us to continue and had mercy and grace on us to continue in His Word. So I know a lot of people would like to focus on the things, the setbacks and things that are negative, but I wanted to talk today about the things that have actually happened to inspire brothers and sisters to continue in the truth, to continue to have patience and perseverance with each other, and to understand that if they can see where we came from to this point, when they're going through struggles, they'll realize, it's never as bad as everyone might make it out to be. And I'm putting that out there because as we draw closer to the end, brothers and sisters, there's going to be struggles. There's going to be things of spirits will come up that will make others doubt whether or not this was the truth or whether or not what they're dealing with is right. And spirits have come in to divert them into something different. And these are the struggles the Most High said we would go through. And I'm putting this out there for everyone here, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you right now, we're in home stretch right now. We're right here in home stretch, and there's a bunch of diversions out there that make us think that the urgency of the truth is non-existent. There's no urgency anymore. It's just another thing. But brothers and sisters, everything we've broken down through the Spirit of the Most High through Scripture has come to pass, and everything that we spoke of that haven't come to pass, according to the Bible, will come to pass. So I thought that throughout this, I would go through some of my beginnings in the truth, just like as if we were sitting down on the couch and just discussing my and others' movement, what happened when they first received the truth that led them to the point of a ministry to finish a work that they knew was spiritually inspired. So I'm going to talk about a few of those things this evening, and welcome others to share their experiences when they first experienced the truth and realized that there was a spiritual calling. The other thing that I wanted to speak about also, and that's why I asked you, do you have the song Brotherly Love queued up that myself, I recorded and wrote that song about a year ago for the project, the music project that we're getting done. And Brother Mike Ta'ala was on the music on that. I wanted to cue that up because when I did that song reminded me of scenarios in which there were brothers that I cared about when I think about it, that through the work and through time and through schisms, and when I look at, and everyone can look back at the past and say, you know what, I could have said this different, I could have did this different. So I made a song called Brotherly Love that reflects that spirit. How when we're going through adversities or someone who we know is our friend, someone we know that cares for us, but then Satan brings in a scenario that we believe is the greatest thing on earth that we can't overcome. And because, that testosterone get going, you say things you not ought to, you do things you not ought to, and then it comes to a point where there's no forgiveness. So I did a song called Brotherly Love to reflect that feeling. All right, and I wanted to talk about that because I wanted to share that with the brothers and sisters tonight and let everyone know where we're going forward in this new year. We have a lot of things going on that's going to inspire and bring energy to the work. That's going to enlighten and inspire brothers and sisters to get back on the horse if you fell off the horse and to continue this fight with us. So I wanted to share this song before we actually present the whole project. Okay? And this song, it's better to start it out with this in song, and then I'm going to do a little reflection to how I got the truth and when I was inspired to get, when the Most High showed me the truth and how it led us to where we are now. So do me a favor, Brother and Elder Rawchaa, if you have the song Brotherly Love, cue it up for us, brothers and sisters. Let them hear it real quick.
All right, here we go. This is Brotherly Love.
We've been separate ways. Both did some hurtful things, but it's not over. You know that we both care. So can we forgive and forget? I need you here. Remember the ups and downs, the trials we've been through. See, there is no one on this earth who can replace you, my brother. Life is too short, don't hold no grudges. No grudges, you are my blood. We must forgive and love each other. No matter what life throws at us, we must keep brotherly love. Searched high and low, where did you go? Pick up your phone. Oh, brother, do you hear me calling? See, I apologize. This bond will never die. Remember the ups and downs, the trials we've been through. So I'll keep on telling. I've got to get through to you, brother. Life is too short, don't hold no grudges. No grudges, we must forgive and love each other. No matter what life throws at us, we must keep brothers, not enemies, that come together for the family. So focus one, forgive and let it go. We need to let it go. This dance has been killing me for so long. Time that we find a way to move on. Starting today, 'cause our battles are in Life is too short, don't hold no grudges. You are my brother. We must forgive and love each other. No matter what life throws at us, we still love. You know I love you. I love you, brother. Life is too short, don't hold no grudges. You know I love you, we must forgive and love each other. No matter what life throws at us, we love. We must keep love. I love you, brother.
Yes.
Man, Lord have mercy. Every time I hear it, it makes me reflect and think about. And I know brothers and sisters go through things where they're in the moment and don't realize how valuable brotherhood and sisterhood is. Like that moment will pass, but when you lose someone that you really care about, you realize the moment that friction that Satan created meant nothing.
Yep.
And that goes into what Christ say about forgiveness. And I think that's one of the biggest elements, one of the greatest sicknesses amongst our people. You understand? It's the fact that we honor everyone else and we have a low tolerance for each other. And there's no forgiveness amongst us. And we lose our values that way. And that's why when Peter asked Christ, well, how long should someone have aught against me or do me wrong? How long? How many times should I forgive? 7 times? And Christ says, yes, 7 times. 77 times 7, which is, we know 7 is an infinite number.
Mm-hmm.
Because how often does the Most High forgive us?
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Suppose the Most High wrote us off by every argument or disagreement or because we did something wrong. And that's one of the toughest things to do when someone did you wrong and you still must tolerate them. But one thing I found out, and I probably learned through age, through time, and realizing a few things and looking back, is that when it comes to forgiveness and taking someone back through the Spirit and really forgiving them, you've actually gained something that developed in that person that you would have never realized if you just cut them off.
Mm-hmm.
Through time, you realize Satan was trying to get you from seeing a great moment in this person, to have you know why this brother or sister was my friend from the beginning. And it's a shame. It's through pride and through every other thing that we deal with. We don't value, and it's not just amongst brothers and sisters. Satan has made it where we don't even forgive family anymore. We don't forgive our physical brothers, our physical sisters. We got people running around with problems with their mother or father and never get the opportunity to say, you know what, regardless of this, you my blood, I love you. Christ is in you, the Most High is in you. Regardless of anything, I can't get another brother like you. I can't get another sister. I can't get another mother. I can't get another father. There's just no forgiveness in the earth anymore. So that particular song was written out of the heart, and I kind of figured that instead of just doing songs with no meaning, we're just going to do a complete project that has spiritual significance, scripture back, and lead us back to the principles that the Most High instilled in Israel as a nation. There's a reason He chose us. There's something great about us, and we don't even realize the greatness within us. Because we don't, as a people, we just don't hold dear to those spiritual attributes. So, I believe that this project we're doing is not only going to be a healing process for myself and others that hear it, it's also going to be an inspiration, a gift that we can give each other to go on. So that's something that I'm working on and that we're going to finish. And with the support of the brothers and sisters, I believe it's going to do a great work, to have us reflect and look at each other and look within ourselves and judge ourselves. So, there's a few things I want to talk about, but go ahead, guys. I'm going to let you talk. I'm sitting here. I'm all soaked up right now. Choked up, but go ahead.
I'm listening. I'm listening to what you're saying, and even from the beginning of the conversation, the beginning of what you started to talk about, even with the walk and the work and all of that, it's like everything is spot on, because we in a battle right now, and I think because of this battle, things are even more amplified, when it comes to dealing with each other. And it's like there was a thought that we had a couple months ago when we talk about our deficiencies as people, and being in a world that we've been so deficient, and then coming into the truth right now, our deficiencies are even more magnified. So we're trying to come together as a nation of people, as brothers and sisters, and we have difference of opinion, we have difference of thoughts, We have difference of lifestyle, ways in which we were brought up, and sometimes these things clash, and like you said, it clashes in a way that the testosterone and the pride and the egos kick in, and then we go to a point that's beyond repair, beyond we can't go back after something's been said. And I think, not even think, and know that this has been a very key way that the devil has used to keep us down. Knowing this, you with me, and just listening to what you said in the last 5-10 minutes, it really have me thinking, because I feel like that. You with me? I feel that I am I've not been in the truth 20 years, but let me tell you, man, the truth, the little time I've been here, I felt that, I felt that hard. You with me? People, just going through it, man. Sometimes we feel like, we can't carry on no more. We can't do this no more, because it hurts. You with me? It hurts, man, and boy. So listening to you, man.
Let me explain it to you. No, go ahead. You can finish, and then I'll come in. Go ahead.
No, that's it, man. Go ahead, that's it. Go ahead.
Okay. No, it's deep, because when you teach certain things and you know it's right, it's one thing to teach it, and it's another thing to actually stand by it when the opportunity comes, when you have to actually execute it yourself. Like the example I can give you, and I'm not speaking of hypocrisy, I'm talking about the trials that come on you where you're so caught up into the emotion, you don't even realize that it's time for you to take on some of the information that you've been giving others. Like the example I can give is that years ago, we were teaching about how spirits work. Now, the Most High didn't give us the book of Enoch just so that we can have a book to show what happened in the beginning and to have information others don't. The Most High gave us the learnings of the fathers, including Enoch, for self-examination and to build spiritually and to grow and have the knowledge that the prophets had, so that we can apply it to our own lives. The example I'm speaking of is when it tells you right before the Most High destroyed the earth through the flood, He destroyed the titans or the giants of Nephilim, and their spirits because there was no place in heaven or in earth for them. They became evil spirits, and they attack and do battle, and they will come against the sons of men. So this is the origin of demonology, or origin of demons. So the whole thing is, Christ let us know to forgive and do certain things so that these spirits don't have passages through us. You understand? Like for instance, when someone say to do something against you, and an evil spirit is driving them for an attack or to do battle, if you reciprocate, that means if you allow or entertain the spirit, now the spirit has entered you from that person. And a lot of people don't even understand that we're in a spiritual battle. We wrestle not with flesh and blood. So the spirit gets entry once we entertain the negative. And it doesn't matter about being right or wrong. We are now hosts for the same spirit that we knew was wrong. Now, not only was that person wrong, you're wrong too. And it's perpetual, because these spirits don't sleep. So they look to jump from one person to the next, and it's perpetual until judgment. They'll do the same until they burn in hell. But the whole crux of this is, how many of us will they take with them? They're already done. So when Christ gave us the key tool to love one another, to forgive one another, and to turn the other cheek, it's not about being a chump. It's about you not becoming a host for demons and being used for damnation. And I'm saying this is because I'm looking at how many attacks that have happened within the last couple of years on the church alone, and I examined that, and emotionally, eventually, it wears on anyone that's doing the work. When you know that you're trying to do the best you can, and everyone is just looking to tear you down or take you out. But that is to be expected. Why? Because Christ says the servant is not more worthy than his master. If he suffered these things, no, ye ought to suffer them also. But as a man, eventually, if one thing after the other weigh on you, you're going to start feeling a need, being a man, to defend something. And by defending that, you automatically have become a host because you're reacting to a negative, opening up the floodgates for spirits to attack us. And I noticed that some of our classes been us coming out and trying to defend or say something to calm things what others have said or done against us. And I'm like, you know what? I remember a time where no matter what people said or did against us, we ignored it. We ignored it because the work is greater than trying to debate or talk or try to answer to something that we know is wrong. And then we become hosts, and then the work itself gets belittled. So during this time that I was a little sick, and where I wasn't on the radio and I was backing up a little bit to some degree and just reflecting, all these things came into my mind. How can I be re-energized to deal with the first love I had when I received the truth? All these things I deal with. When I lay in my bed and no one's there and it's just dark, I reflect on these things and I'm like, you know what? It's time to go back to my first love and not even deal with all these other variables that weigh us down. We don't have to entertain them. Are you with me, Brother Rawchaa?
Hey, Elderman, 150% right beside you, brother. Right on the side.
Brother, we don't have to, brother, we don't have to entertain it. The Most High gave us the light. He gave us the truth. We've spread this word throughout the four corners of the earth. We have inspired many to know the Most High who didn't know him. There's so much good that we can draw from and raise this truth to the next level and not be weighed down by negative and be hosts for spirits, because we're susceptible also. Let me tell you, there's no spiritual guard over us that's going to protect us if we're going to let our guard down. Mm-hmm. So we have to pick our battles wisely, understanding the repercussion. We have to pick our battles according to Christ. We're the gathering of Christ, and we have to have tough skin, forgive, never battle, never go against people, and never speak evil of people, and just keep it going and let the work speak for itself. Because if we do right, and the Most High allow us to do right, it'll burn heaps of coals on their heads. A person wouldn't be able to speak evil knowing that, what can you say? Mm-hmm. If the work is done, you're just going to look like a hater if no one else is speaking back, if no one else is attacking you, and we're forgiving you and blessing you and loving you irregardless. See, that's the spirit. Everyone talks about it, but when we are faced with it, it seems like as men that we have to defend something. I don't have to defend anything. The truth defends itself. Okay? If someone speaks evil of us or do something against us, guess what? If a person speaks evil, every word that comes out of one's mouth, they will give account on the day of judgment. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't defend what comes out of someone's mouth or what they say over the computer or whatever. If we concentrate on that, we get sidetracked and realize that we were chosen for a greater cause, a greater mission. And brother, I've never been so clear or focused in my life than I am right now. And serious clarity came to me. I came down and I cleaned everything up and I wiped everything out and I just sat in the room and just thought and say, okay, how are we going to turn this thing upside down this year and make everyone know what the truth is? How will we be vessels for the Most High this season? And brother, it's going to happen. The event that's coming up over there in July, I'm going to be there too. And we'll turn it up on the street. We're gonna let everybody know. I mean, from the beginning, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna tell you. I remember sitting on a corner showing everybody the RFID, the chip, FEMA, and linking in scriptures what really happened in the Twin Towers. That was before. Let me tell you, that was before We Are Change on the internet. That was before Alex Jones on the internet. We were dropping it with scriptures, and everyone knows that a judgment is coming. And guess what? That judgment is imminent, and everything we spoke of is going down. It's happening. I'm seeing it before my eyes. We're going into an electronic age in which everyone now is connected to the beast and spinning through the beast. I said, listen, it's going to come a time where you're going to find yourself using money less and less. And you're going to have people that have all these Unix plugged to them, all these devices in them, that will be their RFID chip, and it's going to be a non-monetary system, and the whole earth is going to be under the mark of the beast. And here we go. Now, even the internet is about to be controlled. Also, when it comes to timelines and the things that the Most High gave us, showing us the years that He would actually begin to inspire us through the Spirit. When He gave us the timeline, it tells you in 2 days He revived us. And on the third day we will live in His sight. We found out the true timeline was really what? Exactly 7 years different. So around 2007 is when the Spirit started coming up and waking up our brothers and sisters all over the earth, directly on the timeline the Most High said He would do it on. And we were dropping it back then. And I'm going to tell you, brother, I feel so good about where this truth is. Regardless of all the negative and all these other things, I feel so good in the Spirit to know that we being little minute nothings was utilized to spread this truth throughout the four corners of the earth so that the Most High's name could be exalted through this earth. That's big, brother. The world don't even know the Most High's name, and the Most High used me and others as little specks of dirt. Let me tell you, I don't exalt myself as anything. I'm only a speck in this. And I'm honored to be used to be able to proclaim the Most High name throughout the four corners of the earth before this whole earth is turned upside down, before it's utterly eradicated. And we've been key instruments in this work. And I'm saying this because all the brothers and sisters that are listening to this worldwide that have been baptized into the church, who have sacrificed, who have traveled, who have done many things, don't think that your work is void. I don't want you to think that the Most High don't see your labor of love and everything you've contributed spiritually to this path, to this walk. Everyone that has been a part of this church or heard this church or actually been blessed to be able to do this work in the name of Ahayabash and Yeshaya, you know what? You should really feel good about where you are in the Spirit. That the Most High guided you to see the light through all this darkness. Look at the rest of the world. How many of them actually see what's going on and are preparing? And I even took another look at it. I was looking at people, and I'm just putting this out there, that using our name and all that, and Gavin Christ Church and doing that, and I thought about that too, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to speak against that either. If there's people baptizing some people, and through the Spirit of the Most High, they're honoring the church by continuing or whatever the case is, may the Most High bless them. We're going to bless everyone and curse no one. Okay? That's the only way we can be utilized, and the weight will be off of us, and we'll stay healthy in the Spirit. Because I'm going to tell you, when we get weighed down spiritually, it affects all of us physically. Sicknesses come in. Okay? Our spiritual, quote-unquote, immune system get attacked. So we're going to focus on all the positives that we can bring to this work and finish and be what we were when people first seen us in the beginning. All right? So what we got going today? We got the people on the line right now, guys.
So we have the lines here. People coming in. It's going to just be me on the call queue, me and you on the call queue, because Azariah's having problems with his internet. So we're just going to go straight to some calls if that's okay then, without screening.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. First call in the queue is from the 562 area code. Shalom.
Hey, Shalom. This is Elder Rawchaa from GOCC West Coast. Hey, I concur with Elder Rawchaa. That's what we've been teaching down here on the West Coast. Stay away from the negativity and focus on the work. I want to read a scripture to concur with the elder. This Titus chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, to speak evil of no man, to be no brawlers, but gentle, showing all meekness unto all men. For we ourselves also were sometime foolish, disobedient, deceived, striving diverse lusts and pleasures, living in malice and envy, hateful, and hating one another. I'm going to jump down to verse 5. No, verse 5. Not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to the mercy he saved us, by the washing of regeneration and reward of the Lawya. Verse 8. This is a faithful saying. These things I will that thou affirm constantly, that they which have believed in the higher might be careful to maintain good works. These things are good and probable unto all men. But avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions and striving about the law, for they are unprofitable and vain. A man that is a heretic, after the first and second admiration, reject, knowing that he that is such sovereign and sinner being condemned of himself. So as long as we stay focused on what the work is, like the elder said, we ain't got time for this foolishness. We got too much work to do. The harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. We got to go out here and make disciples of brothers to get this work out. We striving to the end. So hey, I concur with the elder. I'm glad to hear that the church ain't getting bogged down in this foolishness that's going on the internet or whatever they say about us. They talked about Yeshaya, and like you said, we're not greater than our masters. So brothers and sisters, put on your boots because it's about to get deep. I yield.
Brother. Bless you. Ain't much we can say behind that. but brother, we're going to have a meeting soon because we're going to have deacon and elder meetings bi-weekly, and I'm going to be calling you. We're going to talk about that in a moment.
All praises, brother.
All right. Bless you, brother. Keep the work. You're a strong brother. All praises.
Shalom.
All right. And I want to say, very strong brother, I want to say this, that what we're going to be doing, we're going to have some elders and deacons meetings where we're going to actually help brothers grow in the spirit going forward throughout the earth. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to have a program, and we're going to have what you would call a sister's corner, where sisters can grow because Paul wasn't just saluting brothers. He was saluting sisters too. There's a lot of sisters that have a lot of great works that are not known. That works must be magnified throughout the earth, and they must be saluted and exalted, because there's no nation without a woman. So we have all that through gatheringofchrist.org being built for the brothers and sisters so that we can grow as a family, you understand, and have classes for family growth, for wives growth, for husbands growth, for brotherhood growth. And what we did, and we looked at some of the error in the past where if there's a brother in a certain area who wasn't learned, or whatever the case is, because he was the person more adamant to gather people together, we would actually give that brother some level of authority to gather people together over their house or whatever the case is, but they didn't have the position or the tenure as an elder. And through that, you had some younger people gathering people together, and there was no oversight because they didn't have the experience. And we take full blame for that. And that's why now we're going to have it now where we're going to make sure brothers and sisters have went through a strenuous spiritual class and interaction and experience before they put in positions as elders and deacons. Because we owe that to the Most High, to make sure the work is in the spirit from one city to the next, no different, and that everyone grow righteously going forward. So I'm feeling good about that. You understand that we're going to set that up where brothers and sisters will have someone to go to. Therefore, these other outlets that are opening to these people based on neglect won't be there because the people will have someone to go to and build with in like minds. So, brothers and sisters, that's all on the table too. All right, who we have next, brother?
All right, I'm gonna go over to the 323 area code, but before I go there, let me just remind the listeners the numbers to call is 646-200-4309. If you'd like to speak, just push 1 and I'll be with you in a minute. Okay? Let me go to the next caller in the 323 area code. Okay, hold up. 1 second here. That's okay, sorry. 1 sec. Wrong call. Let me go to the 215 area code.
And things like that. Like, she would be like, well, I got a comment or I have a question. And I have a question to the end. That's what like, we'll continue to raise her hand.
I think we need to go to the next call. Is good?
The next call, okay. That's it for now, Ella. No more calls. No more callers in the queue at the minute. Right now, brothers and sisters, if you'd like to speak, just push 1. Oh, speak. Okay, let's go to the next one. 1 second. Let's go to the 352 area code.
Hey, shalom, Elder Rawchaa, Elder Gazi. I just wanted to say that it's truly a blessing being a part of the church. This is our Kawah, and I just want to say what you're saying is right on point. I'm not there with the scriptures just yet to pass one up, but I'll tell you what you're saying is on point. You can feel it. You know, when you just stay positive and deal with the truth and being thankful to receive such knowledge and to be able to share it with others. That's the most beautiful aspect. And just want to say, keep it strong, and you're in my prayers, brothers.
Well, thank you, brother, and all praise be to the Most High, brother, and just endure and finish with us. That's the only thing I'll beseech you to finish with.
Hey, I'm with you. Shalom, Elder.
Shalom. And before you go to the next call real quick, Gaja, I would like to read something real quick, right?
Okay.
This is some of what Christ told us, Yeshua told us before he was crucified. And we're coming up on the Passover in commemoration of that sacrifice. And he gave us some key wisdom that the disciples would take going forward. In Mark 13 and 27, I'm going to read this one down. It reads, "And then shall he send his angels, and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost part of the earth to the uttermost part of heaven. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When her branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is near. Verily, so ye in like manner, when you shall see these things come to pass, and know that it is nigh, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you that this generation shall not pass till all these things be done. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of the day and that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father." So not even Christ knows when the judgment will come. 33. "Take ye heed, watch, and pray." That's the key. That's what he's given us now. "Take ye heed, watch, and pray, for ye know not when the time is. For the Son of Man is as a man taken a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants, and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. So he gave authority to his servants. We are those servants. 35. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not the master, when the master of the house cometh, at even, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning. Lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch. See, that's what Christ is telling us. He says, listen, if you're a servant, keep your eyes open. Don't close your eyes. Prophecies are being fulfilled at each moment. If you start closing your eyes and thinking that these prophecies are just lackadaisical, you're not looking into these scriptures to see what's going on, he's going to come at an hour we're not looking. So it's time for us to put on that first love and that same urgency that was placed on us when we first realized that we were the children of the Most High. And not be diverted. Not get diverted. We're closer than we were when we first received the truth. Now check that out. You should have seen the urgency on me 20 years ago. Okay? 20 years ago, it was like the world was going to end tomorrow. And if you think that's something, the disciples 2,000 years ago were operating as if the earth was going to end tomorrow. Now check that out. And now I realize it when I start examining time. And I want y'all to really check this out. Why it's so important and why the disciples were working in their time like it was tomorrow, and we were working in our time like it was tomorrow. Why? Because it really is an urgency. Why? Because where the Most High resides, there is no time. And when we pass into a realm where there is no time. So each generation has a trial period and an urgency attached to that trial period. It's as if we only have until tomorrow. We should never lose that urgency, because where the Most High resides, his realm, there is no time. Okay? What we got, guys? Talk to me.
All right, let me move to the next caller in the 25 area code. Shalom, caller.
Exactly.
Hello. Caller, you there? All right, let me hold that off there and we move here. Everybody, can you just push one for me, please, and that will take you out the queue if you have already spoken, so that we can see the new people that are coming in. All right, let me go to this caller here, to the 470 area code. Okay, hello, shalom. Shalom, caller, you there?
What we got? What we got there now? Come on.
Hello, caller, you there?
Shalom.
Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
Shalom. What's going on, brother?
Am I on the line?
Yeah, you're live.
Yeah, you're here.
Oh, wow. Shalom, Elder.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Talk
all
to
right.
What's going on?
Man, well, you were kind of suggesting that we kind of talk about how we got in the truth, or what brought us into the truth.
Come on, talk to us.
All right. Well, let me get my things together here. First of all, it's not just one thing for me. When I realized that what I was feeling on the inside was really real. It took a long time for me to actually get the hint. The last big event for me, well, actually, something just happened recently. I'm in LA. I'm meditating, and I hear the voice tell me to wash clothes. So I get up and I grab my colored clothes and I go to wash clothes. And on my walk, when I get to the laundromat, right at the foot of the parking lot is a King James Bible, and it's brand new. Still got the sticker on it. I didn't really have the change or nor the time to go and look and to find a new King James version. The elder didn't want me to read the book that I had because it was in some new international version, and we know there's a big difference. So these are just one of the small things that lets me know that I'm connected. One of the biggest things that I've experienced with dealing with the Most High is in the scriptures, in Psalms it says that the Most High is above waters. At this point, I was in Illinois, sitting along the Mississippi River, and it has a bridge going between two states. It was on this bridge that I called to the I Am, in whom I know to be Jesus. Not saying that's who I'm coming in, but that's whom I know to be, showing reason of doubt, because I have my doubts. And I confess that I knew nothing, and some other things, and I basically made a pact with him, begging him, crying for him to help me. Because I was in deep trouble, man. I was in great darkness and lost, dealing with curses upon curses. When I had exalted myself for praying and singing to him and glorifying his name, when all I knew was I am. So that's what it was. I am that I am. That's what I knew. So that's what I glorified. And I seen an image of mountains. And there's no mountains in the Midwest. There's no mountains in Illinois. There's no mountains in Iowa. There's no mountains in Iowa. So I saw the image, and I praised him, and I thanked him for having sent me to the mountain. Several weeks later, in pursuit of employment, I found myself amongst the mountains here in California. I got hit at a green light after being told loud and clear to stop or I'll be hit. It was so loud that I turned and looked over my right shoulder. I knew to stop at the green light and the white crosswalk, but I didn't. I blacked out when I entered the street, and I heard his voice. It was the same voice that warned me to stop. I could just go on and on telling the stories how the Most High has been there, man.
Well, brother, we thank you, and I'm going to pick up from where you left off at, because there's a few things that I can relate to what you're going through. And I know for the listeners, it's probably hard for them to understand what you're talking about because it's in fragments, but I can relate to it. And I'm going to tie it in, and maybe there's a similarity to what you're saying. I'm going to keep you on the line so that we can resolve this for the listeners. One thing that I've known, and people can you can't really explain what you've gone through to those who deal with the everyday, what you would call comings and goings, and how we perceive this world to be. And that's why it may seem it seems that what you're saying is in fragments. I'm going to give an example. I noticed, and I've experienced it too, and I don't know if others have experienced it, that the key time that the Most High comes to us or presents himself is at our lowest estate. It's when you feel that the whole world is against you, there's nothing left, you tore down, and the only one you can really turn to is him, because it seems as if the whole world and everyone you know have forsaken you. And I find that's a key moment, because the Most High allows these things to happen so that he can present himself to show that he was there the whole time. We keeping ourselves so busy with the world, we tend to ignore his presence. So we're brought low to connect. Now, I'm going to give you a scenario in which I can relate to what you were talking about when you were told to go here or go there. I remember a time where I was going through similar scenarios in which I decided that I wasn't going to eat or drink and I was going to get some answers. You understand? And with each day, and I'm talking about days, with each day I felt myself getting weaker, but my mind and my perception and my connection was getting stronger, in which it's to a point where when your body's dying, you're connected to the Most High because you're not eating and you're not drinking. You are guided. That means the Most High tell you when you get up, when to get up. He tell you when to go to sleep. He tell you when to open a door. Everything you do is being guided by a spirit that's guiding you. And it's not like someone talking, but it's resonating in a way where you're being communicated with, and it can't be explained. And I understand this particular activity because not only have I gone through it, when you read the scriptures, that's why he told Christ to go into the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights. That's why anytime the Most High wanted to connect with someone, he would move them from the population because the majority of the population will think they're out of their mind. So I can relate to what you're talking about, brother. And when you say that the Most High is above the waters, that's actually scriptures. And guess what? And the fact that you didn't read that to show that you were connected in the spirit. Because waters is what separates and what creates and starts time. Now, that's a whole nother conversation. But the fact that you actually said that without even reading scriptures, brother, you were and are connected. And see, and that's why the Most High has gathered the elect to be elect, because only those with like minds can understand. Now, I'm going to put you back on pause for a second, because we have other people out there, and I'm going to talk about some other things I've experienced through the Spirit.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and see, and you notice that, and I'm speaking to Shapada's next to me, I noticed that everything now is turning into some type of mental diagnosis, because they realized we would come to a time in which we would disconnect from the matrix and begin to connect back with the Father, and the whole world would think we're crazy. The whole world would think we were out of our minds, but it's really us operating on the next level, the next realm, the next spirit, and that's the spirit that's going to guide us.
Almost like we're unplugging.
We're unplugging, exactly. And they realize that we have potential beyond the laws they've taught us in these schools. Exactly. And when we begin to tap into that, it takes us to another level, to the point where we begin to understand ourselves. We begin to understand this system and what it really is. And now we can resolve it and teach it to others. It's like, and I'll tell you, it's deep that around year 2000, 2001, they came out with that movie Matrix. And where they were communicating with people on the computer, telling them that this world is not really good. It's that they knew that the truth would come and wake people up through the computer and begin to pull them out. Hold up, boy. Y'all getting me amped up in this place right now. But,
right,
brother, we're going to take some more calls. And you understand? It's deep to be a part of it when you see it. You understand? But, brother, I can relate to you 100%. And you know what? I need you to leave your number because we got to talk about a few other things, too.
All right, let me read James 1:3-10 real quick, okay? 1-9. Is that okay, Elder?
So time, bring it.
All right. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect, and enter wanting nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask the Most High, that giveth to all men liberty, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the winds and tossed. Let not the man think that he shall receive anything of the Elohim. Double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Let thine brethren of low degree rejoice, and that he exalted. Shalom, Elder.
Thank you, brother. Let me have your name again, brother.
Brad Haynes. Brad.
Thank you, brother. I'm going to give you a call.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Bless you. I'm going to tell you right now, there's a reason they're going to look to put a restriction up on this internet, because they realize those that are in like mind in the spirit will connect. As long as they had us disconnected and we were compartmentalized amongst our individual families, you understand, those who can temper us, we thought that we were alone. We thought that others didn't think outside the box like us. Therefore, they were able to control it and have us believe that these were just thoughts that would come and go. Not realizing it was the Most High the whole time communicating with us, waking us up, actually jogging us out of our sleep so that we can see the world for what it really is. All right. Another thing, okay, and I don't like to talk about some of these things because I would rather just deal with scriptures, because I notice when you talk about spiritual experiences, man would like to exalt you to something beyond who you are. And that's the only reason, even though I've had many spiritual phenomena and things that have happened to me, that's beyond what that can be confirmed with what I read. But I rarely talk about it, because when you talk about it, people start to be in awe with you as if you were walking on water or something. So I try to keep it relegated to what everyone can understand, so that they don't try to make people or a man out to be more than what he is. But every man or woman who have actually walked or operated spiritually have experienced spiritual intervention. And the example that I can give that was out of this world, over 20 years ago, I remember, I was singing at day and night, going into the studio, and sometimes I remember I had a dishwashing job or whatever. I was a young man washing dishes and prepping and all that for a restaurant. I come home, it's like 2 in the morning, and this was before the truth. 1, 2 in the morning, I come home, and at this time they would have the late night. Jenny Jones was on. She was a blonde-haired girl. She was what you would call like a white rendition of Oprah, but she would be on late at night, and it was sort of like a late night talk show, but it was entertainment because it was people cheating on people and all that. All the black folk back then, that's what we would look at Jenny Jones or whatever, right? So it was a rerun of Jenny Jones. I'm sitting up here, I'm on the 10th floor in this building, right? And all the lights go out, and I look up and the whole room turned green. And I'm hearing this noise. I'm like, what is this noise? I get up and look, and it's something hovering out there in the grass and shoots up and just shoots out and just disappears. Right? Now, mind you, I'm just a singer. I'm a singing dishwasher at this time. I don't know no truth. I don't know no anything. And I'm asking, I'm like, did you see this? Then we try to resolve it. Yeah, I know the subway trains. Sometimes they make noise at night. You try to do things to resolve it. Like, did I just encounter an extraterrestrial or something like that? So then I get on the elevator on the way next day to work. And a old lady get on the elevator with me and say, did you see that last night? That thing? And I'm like, okay, so that I'm not dreaming. I know that something happened. Next thing you know, someone invites me to a building, and I go into this building, and I see a bunch of brothers dressed, all of them like they just got off horses. This is what I'm saying. I'm like, is this a Western? This is what, 2002, 2000, something like that, 2001, 2000. No, this was 1992. This is 1991 or 1992. And I go into this building, and these people are dressed up, and I'm like, what's up with these brothers with the fringe like they getting off horses here, right? And then one brother held up a sign, and it was exactly what I seen coming out of that window. He's like, do you know what the chariots of the Most High are? Do you know? Do you know about angelic forces? And I sat there at that seat. I'm like, you know what? I don't know what this is, and I don't know what those brothers wearing. But I'm going to stay here for a minute to figure out, because I just seen one of those a couple of weeks ago. You see how the Most High do certain things? And I'm sitting there looking, and I'm sitting there amazed, and someone look at me and say, brother, do you know that you are an Israelite? I'm like, I'm a what? I go to church every Sunday, but I'm a what? Next thing you know, I'm up on the street speaking, and doing things and going into the scriptures, doing things that I've never thought I would do. From that moment. Now, that was a spiritual phenomenon. That was a breakthrough for me. You understand? But as you grow and start to realize, you say, okay, what did Christ say? You start to learn and be like, okay, that was the schoolmaster, but then you start to grow in the scriptures and realize, okay, I'm growing. We're growing into something here. And then it started going on and on and on and on, to the point where, it led up to the point where the Most High gave us his name. You know what I mean? We were looking at Yahweh, Jehovah, and then in the same vein, the Most High revealed his name, Ahaya, years down on the line. It's like he just gave a little tidbit all the way up. And then he said, okay. I remember a time where we were going through the fasting, and it was days going by, and everything that we were reading, no matter what page I would turn to, we would say, leave, go, leave. No matter what page I went to, get out, leave, flee. Everything was saying flee. And they said it was the Spirit as loud as day saying, go and teach the people. Go out and tell them that he's going to destroy this place eventually, worse than Egypt. Worse than modern day Egypt, and warn the people that the Most High will begin to call his people home. And we began to hit those streets. And it's exactly what we got when the Most High had us turn those pages. And it's on and on and on and on, to the point where the Most High said, okay, you got the law, but you're not going to get in this way. You must go through water. You must be born again. I don't care if you're an Israelite. You must come through my son way. You must wash, because you were born in sin. America and what you've been taught since birth was sin. So you got the law, but there's another law. It's called washing in total obedience to the Most High before all mankind to admit that you are a sinner. Therefore, automatically that relegates you on the same level as your brother, where you're not a master. Everyone knows that when you go to that water, you're a sinner just like everyone else. So you're not better than anyone else, no matter what position you're in. So the Most High gave us baptism and say, listen, you must confess your faults because you were born in sin. And that's the difference. And I talk about when they talk about Israelites and all that, and teaching about the law. Listen, the biggest issue with being an Israelite is when you get the law, and I know it because I went through the schoolmaster. we begin to believe that we're greater or better than someone else because we know things they don't. So the law puffs us up. It makes you feel greater than you really is. You're still that little man or that little woman who knew nothing when the Most High revealed himself. So he gave us baptism as a form of humbling. So that we can admit to everyone that's looking at us in public that we need to be saved just like everyone else, no matter how many laws we're following. That we're not Pharisees, we're not scribes, we're sinners who are looking to be cleansed to be utilized for the Most High. So this is really the progression of being an Israelite. It's bigger than just following the law or knowing what time it is or knowing how many scriptures you can remember. It's all deeper than that. Okay? It's a preparation for a greater man that the Most High has created. Okay, guys, talk to me. What we got? I know our time is waning down here. I didn't come here to preach tonight.
All right, let me bring in Elder Gabar from New York.
Come on.
Shalom, Elder, you there? Elder Gabar, can you hear me? Hello, Elder Gabar? Alright. Go back to Elder Gabar in a minute.
Yeah, bring one in a minute.
Yeah. Alright, let's go to the next caller we had here in the queue was at the 904 area code. Numbers to call 646-200-4309. Just push 1. I'll take your call momentarily. Let's go to the next caller. We have 904. Shalom. You live? Hello, caller, you there? Alright, we'll come back. Let's move on to the next caller, the 203 area code. Shalom.
Hello? Hey, peace, brother. How you doing?
Good
morning. Hello?
How are you?
You hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, you can hear me, right? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, how you doing, man? I'm so glad to hear you guys this evening, man. I call every day. I know you're not on the air every day, but I just call every day. Anytime I get to hear any of you guys, man, I feel a lot better, man. I really do, man. It makes me feel a lot better. And I talked to one of the elders, I guess, a few weeks back, and I had a few questions, and he answered them pretty good for me as far as the right God to follow and stuff like that. So I think I'm on track with that. But I'm just trying to get my spirit right. And one question I would like to ask is, could you give me some things to help, give me some spiritual food, some things that could boost my spirit? Hello?
Okay, are you asking for something in particular?
Yes, well, what I'm asking is basically, what is it that, I can do to, not to feel good about what's going on in the world, but just from an inner self, spiritually, like for example, I don't know if I'm wording it right, like how to see things on the spiritual aspect and how to feel things and know what's coming from God from a spiritual aspect, and just, that's it. I really, kind of caught off guard, man. I just like to really hear y'all talk, man. I call, like I said, every day. Every time I hear any of y'all talk about the Bible, man, it make me just feel real good, man.
Well, check it out. This is what we're going to do for you. We're going to help you out with that, because I think that your question is not only broad, it's what other people who would probably ask anyway, right? How old are you, real quick? How old are you?
For me, I'm 35 years old.
35. What type of work you do?
For me, like a delivery.
What do you deliver?
Like plants and stuff like that, like plants, like floral.
Okay. So what do you do for yourself besides you deliver for a company?
I'm sorry to hear you.
You say you deliver for a company?
Yes.
Okay. What city and state are you in?
I'm in Connecticut.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I mean, what do I want to do? I just want to be a good, productive person as far as spiritually, be more humble, and, follow God and get to heaven. That's it. I'm just, follow God and get to heaven, and that's it. And just try to, steer away from the negativity and the evil stuff. Like I called a few weeks ago, explaining to the brother, I've done a lot of prison time, and I got people in my family that is in the church. So I've been trying to find God. I really have been. I had some low points in life, but I know that things are starting to work out for me, and that's due to Him. And I'm just trying to find God. That's it. And that's basically.
Okay.
I'm just trying.
I'm gonna not only give you some scriptures, right?
Yes.
I'm going to give you a way in which you can think about applying it and actually seeing the Spirit work for you. Right?
Yeah.
Listen to this. I'm going to read this out of Peter real quick. Right? I'm going to start I'm at 1 Peter 1:9. It says, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls, of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace that should come unto you, searching what manner of time the spirit of Yeshua, which was in them, did signify, when it testified beforehand the sufferings of Yeshua and the glory that should follow, unto whom it was revealed that not unto themselves, but unto us they did minister the things which are now reported unto you by them, that have preached the gospel unto you with the Holy Spirit sent down from heaven, which things the angels desire to look into. Wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end of the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of the anointed Yeshua. As obedient children, not fashioning yourselves according to the former lust in your ignorance, but as He which hath called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation, because it is written, be ye holy, for I am holy. And if you call on the Father, who without respect of persons judgeth according to every man's work, pass the time of your sojourning here in fear. For as much as you know that ye were not redeemed with corruptible things, as silver or gold, from your vain conversation received by traditions from your fathers, but with the precious blood of Yeshua, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot, who verily was foreordained before the foundation of the world, but was made manifest in these last times for you, who by Him believed in the Most High, that raised Him up from the dead, and gave Him glory, that your faith and hope might be in the Most High. Seeing ye have purified yourselves in obeying the truth through the Spirit unto unfeigned love of brethren, seeing that ye love one another with a pure heart fervently, being born again, not of corruptible seed, not of incorruptible, but the word of the Most High, which liveth and abideth forever. For all flesh is as grass, and all the glory of man is as the flower of grass, that grass withereth, and the flower thereof falleth away. But the word of the Most High endureth forever. And this is the word which by the gospel is preached unto you. Now I want you to hear something. Give me your name again, brother.
My name is Rashid.
Rashid, I want you to check something out real quick. Because the answer you gave me was a good answer. But I'm going to break you. I'm going to see if I can help break a programming real quick. I'm going to see if I can help break a programming. All right? Yeah. When I ask you what you want to do, you say you want to be a good guy and you want to go to heaven. Right?
Yeah.
But But brother, you have to realize, and this is no disrespect to your ambitions, that accolade or going to heaven was taught to us by slave masters. You should aspire for something great. And I want to help you with that today. All right?
What's greater than heaven, Elder?
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you, brother. I'm going to show you, because you have to realize we were taught during slave time that if we were good slaves and just follow God and go to church, that at the end of this, we'll go to heaven. But brother, heaven is coming to earth. See, that's what they didn't tell you. You don't have to wait to go to heaven, brother. Stick with me. I'm going to teach you something today. Because with that mindset, it will limit your potential of what you can get done now. Because you are aspiring, and it's good to aspire for what's coming, but you'll be overlooking you're building the kingdom now. Christ told us the kingdom come not by observation. We can't say, lo, here is the kingdom, and there is the kingdom. Don't look for the kingdom, for the kingdom is within you, brother. There's things you can start building heaven now. Stick with me. Are you with me here?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm following you.
Okay now. Stick with me now. I'm in Revelation 11. And I'm going to read this. One moment. Stick with me, all right?
Yes.
I'm sitting here working between two platforms, so you got to just stick with me here. I'm in Revelation 5. Revelation 5 and 10 says, and hath made us unto our God kings and priests. That's what you were made unto the Most High, brother. That's what you were called to be. And we shall reign on the earth. Brother, ain't nobody going to reign in heaven. That's the Most High's domain. He has prepared us to reign on earth. And I'm going to tell you how that programming handicaps us as a people. They make us believe that we're going to go feel good someplace else while they're reigning on our earth, when this earth is yours. So I ask you what you wanted to do and what you aspire to do, brother, because whatever you're doing, you should aspire to do it for yourself and not for someone else, and make them so that they can reign on this earth while you are becoming an obedient slave waiting for heaven. Are you following me?
Yeah, I'm following you, yeah.
So whatever you're doing, brother, for the person you're working for, you can do for yourself. And have more time to serve the Most High and to study and get that heaven you're talking about and still be able to self-sustain and have more time on your hands. So it's time for us to break that programming to be just being a good person. When we die, we go to heaven. No, brother. You make your heaven. You make a platform in which they are coming to you for work so that you'll have time to think and study and prepare to be a king or priest. Are you following me?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, brother, we're going to talk about it because these are the things we're putting forth with these programs, these workshops that we have through the gatheringofchrist.org. These are the things we're preparing so that we can become self-sufficient, operate amongst each other, and not just wait for heaven. You understand me? Because the heaven is not going to come by observation. We are the people of heaven. We are the kingdom, brother. And how do you know this? Every kingdom was built by us. So that means we have the wherewithal, we have the mindset and the ingenuity along with the manpower to build the kingdom, but we were taught to build their kingdom and wait for ours. Are you with me?
I'm following you.
All right, brother. So I'm going to get you a phone number and we're going to talk. We're going to talk about how you can get somebody to deliver things for you.
All right. Well, that'll be good. That'll be good. But I'm grateful for you to take the time out to explain that. Be patient. Explain that to me. You explained it very clear, and I understand that. I really do. Right, and yeah, I really do. And you know, I enjoy the show. Like I said, every time I hear from you guys, I don't know. Like when I came home from prison, I was just trying to find God, and I'm going through different stuff on the internet, and something just linked me to y'all, and I've been watching everything y'all got to put up there, and
all praise be to the Most High.
Yeah, for some strange reason, you know, just nobody else makes sense to me, and then you know everybody else who's around me and in my family, you know, they believe, and you know the white Jesus and the Trinity and all that, so it's kind of like I believe, kind of like what y'all teaching. It's like I'm an outcast or something.
Well, brother, welcome to the nation. And guess what? You have great company because Christ was an outcast. So we have your number. I'm going to reach you soon. We're going to put you on hold and bring Elder Gabar in. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right, bless you.
All right.
Shalom, how are we doing today, brothers?
Shalom, how are you?
How are we doing? Enjoying the show, Elder. It was a pleasure to come and listen and hear and share. So, you know, I don't know if that is correct, but I'm hearing, and I'm also seeing here online that they're canceling all the GOCC channels over here on YouTube. Is there any truth to that? I'm seeing here. I'm seeing, you know, a gathering 144 was pulled down. I don't know. You know, they usually do that once a year, every so often. You know, I don't know if it's my computer or is it.
If they said it's come down, then it maybe come down.
Well, no. They got a gathering. It's still up. Okay, so that's a blessing. Okay, maybe I'm looking.
Okay, gathering 144 is up.
Okay, right. Okay, that's a blessing. You know, I know every year they do this routine of.
Yeah, we're very careful with what we put up now, according to the restricted guidelines.
Yeah.
But I don't know if every channel through the Gather of Christ Church deal with those restrictions. I mean, deal with those. We try to make sure we deal with every part and every piece, of their particular guidelines because they're very tricky with them. So we're making sure that we are within the guidelines so that now that we got over 10,000 views, over 12,000 subscribers, we at a point now where we can actually sue YouTube if they were to take us down without an explanation.
Right. So that's a blessing. That's a blessing.
Yeah. So they can't just take us down without first giving us an explanation legally of what we violated. And then we can actually challenge it, and we can sue them also. All right.
That's a blessing. That's definitely a blessing.
Yeah. Yes. So
that's a blessing. Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, you know, like I said, you know, we were talking earlier today, and I know some people were asking what's going on over here in New York. I hear myself. I don't know if it's just my end or.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll put my mic on. I'll take my mic off, and maybe there's no feedback. Let's try that.
Okay, that could probably it. Okay, perfect. So I know many people are asking what's going on here in New York in regards of the Hebrew Alliance for April 5th. We're having a summit coming together, all the Hebrew Israelites. Is going to be, let's see here. I usually have the and they're coming in more. So of course it's going to be Ashar Torah, which is Nazi's organization with Prince of Poor, also brother Zion Lex, also with our brother, the Kingdom Origin Ministry, which is that's Brother Divine Prospect. He actually, I got off the phone with him next week, and he's going to be coming in at 6 o'clock next week on Wednesday, just to promote, the event, and also, just to share in what he's doing and things of that nature. Also, Brother the Danya Allah, the Lions of Israel, AOC with Brother and Elder Rawchaa, and also Higher Torah and FOP are going to be part of the many Israelites that are coming and sharing and things of that nature. And basically, what many people have questions. What is going to be the alliance about? What is the alliance exactly? Some people have many questions. Basically, we all understand that we all have different doctrines, and we have all different, disciplines and things of that nature in executing the Hebrew Scrolls. However, we felt that there should be some form of communication, because there's a lot of things we do agree about, and we could come together outside of our differences, not under one camp or one umbrella, but at least communicate and be cordial with one another, because most Hebrew Israelites don't talk with one another. They basically just, they are, pretty much strangers to one another. So it's just communicating and you're sharing. A lot of the information we're going to bring it out is, economic, empowerment. The Hebrew community right now has been established in the United States for several years, but we usually take our money when it comes to Passover and these feast days, and we go into the other nations to make them rich. I'm actually going into, there's a brother in the church, he knows how to do matzah, so I'm kind of encouraging him to maybe start a little business every year that we could buy matzahs for him and things of that nature. Also, Brother Nathaniel, who's from Nasi's church, he also does the same thing. So this year, I'm trying to, dealing with the Passover, try to keep the money within my community. The garments that we got is with a brother or sister they're not Israelite, but at least they're Israelite of birth, but not in the tradition, and we kind of are going to them to get the garments and things of that nature. So the conversation is going to be more dealing with economic empowerment and not taking our money outside of our community. If there's a situation that somebody in my church doesn't know how to do a particular service or what have you, maybe I could reach out to one of the elders in the other camps and say, hey, brother, do you have a lawyer or a doctor or someone that has the skills or mechanic? It could be many things. So we could continue, spending this money within our community. So that's basically, in a nutshell, what is and also having a national rule of conduct. We working on that, so we're going to be bringing a lot of things. So, for those that were asking about the information, why we're doing this and what we're going to be teaching. Also, given the fact that we all did the Kemetic, Kevin on trial, and the whole situation with the debate, that when it went, it was clearly a lot of energy, and it did what it did. But what we wanted to do is this summit, we're going to be addressing a lot of the stuff that we could not address in the debate, because our time got cut short, and we're not blaming anybody. This is the way it happened. In regards to trying to show Egypt for what it really is, not what has been taught, because as you know, Elder, for many years now, you have these Kemetic brothers that are teaching the Kemetic or the Egyptian culture from a pro-black perspective, and they're not really teaching Egypt the way it really was, and it is. And I think each brother in America who is looking to look back into their culture, or to find out what is their culture, and you choose which culture of Africa they want to be part of, they should be taught. They should be presented the actual facts, not some persistent, some imaginary version of Egypt. Egypt was great, and they built great things and great pyramids, but Egypt that was dealing with a lot of stuff that was immoral that should be taught as well. And to give the individual the opportunity to choose whether the Hebrew Israelite culture, which was was developed in Africa. Israel wasn't, became a nation in Egypt. Israel is in northeast portion of Africa. So, many people within our culture believe that Israel is outside of Africa, and the Israelites have not always dwelt in Africa and even flourished and built communities in Africa for many years. So we got to bring that information to those that are in the Kemetic community, those that are welcome, and also embrace the Hebrew culture. That those that they're gonna be, if you are a vendor, please reach out to us. You can reach out you can reach me at goccnyc@gmail.com. The vendings are going quick. The only vendors that we're going to want people to come in is basically those that are embracing the Hebrew culture. During that week, we're going to be finishing on the unleavened bread, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and many of the other Hebrew Israelites are going to be starting the feast. So, if you got unleavened cakes, if you got natural soaps, if you got anyone, get these try to get these vendings. Reach out to me because we're only going to embrace the Hebrew culture. If you have the Ten Commandments, if you got beautiful paintings and drawings of the 12 Commandments or Israel going out of Egypt, this will be the venue that you could access, promote your services and your skills. So if you're looking to do that, goccnyc@gmail.com or Yahoo. Reach out. Those that are members of the church, most people got my numbers. Give me a holler, and we could work it out. And I guess that's it. What we're going to be bringing out, because with myself and Deacon Ironwood stuff, we're going to be bringing out the 200 years misunderstanding of us being in Egypt. As you know, Elder, that's something that we have been taught that Egypt was, Israel is in Egypt for 400 years, and we have struggled with that, time period. And so we're going to bring that out. And I was speaking to the brothers about that, and they are very accessible. I mean, they're very open to hear that out. And they we went over some readings, and they are open and excited to hear our presentation in regards to that matter. So I'm very excited about the day.
Okay, well, that's a blessing. At least there's an extension, a hand extended to, because eventually when our backs are against the wall, we all, at some point or the other, is going to need each other.
Absolutely.
And it was going into something I was talking about earlier, that these little spats of doctrine or whatever the case is, I'm going to tell you what's going to make a brother or sister know what doctrine is correct. When they run into a brother of Christ or a sister of Christ, and they're treated like Christ would treat them.
Absolutely.
So that's going to let them know what doctrine is correct. So I'm beyond the conversations of arguing about the name, okay, and arguing about, because the Most High said what He said. You understand? And there's so many points of doctrine that can cause us conflict. And when I look at it and examine it, it's counterproductive. And I think when brothers and sisters get a chance to work with each other, they'll see what's up, and that will open the door for these other conversations. Because usually when it's a public debate or a public conversation, like I said earlier, testosterone get in, and then it's about one upholding their dignity or pride than it is whether or not one is right or wrong. It's about you not looking wrong in public. So we need to shed all that, because all in all, if you got the name Israelite behind your name, you are a target regardless of what God you call him or what name you're using. So it's time to bring this thing to the next level, and I commend you extending, and the brothers on that side extending the olive branches also, because I know that the Most High can be doing something greater. Another thing, Brother Gabar, I wanted to do while I'm here publicly with you is commend you with your efforts with the House of Consciousness, because even though we know that it will probably come to some madness on their side, but it was still a degree of extending your hand and let them know, listen, I'm here for you. Even though you think you're an Egyptian, I know you're an Israelite, and I'm going to treat you like an Israelite. And when things break down and when things are when our backs are against the wall, brother, you're going to know that it was the God of Israel that helped me guide you through this. So I commend you taking steps that I probably wouldn't have taken, to tell you the truth, because my focus is in other areas. Right. But when people were asking me, well, why is we allowing this and is it a waste of time and this, that, and the other? I looked at it and said, well, listen, we don't know what the Most High is doing in it, and we don't know what will come from it unless it's tried. So,
well, absolutely, and we got two brothers from these debates in New York and one brother from Philly that actually met the deacon in Philly in the debate, and they wanted to know more, and now they come to the church. So they're out there, you know. And like I said, my focus is not to try to convince somebody like Shaka Amos or the polite, and you know, I gotta, you know, kind of deal with them, and they're gonna kind of go what they believe, and like I said, we don't know what ultimately is going to happen with their journey. You know, we can't put that. You know. I think we overthink these things, and we just let the Spirit guide us. We don't know what other doors will open because of these type of debates. Actually, you know, the Hebrew Israelites kind of united because of these debates. Now we're coming together. We could coexist with one another with the understanding, and we're respecting each other's other doctrine. Even, you know, like Brother Rawchaa, he did a presentation, and we went to support him, and he also said, you know, Ahaya is one of the Most High's name. He respected that name and things of that nature. So we having dialect now. We having, and I think that's the biggest situation, that if we could just take away our pride and we could have dialect, doesn't mean we're going to agree on everything, but at least we could hear each other without the pride, without the tension of not losing a debate or a discussion. And we could say, okay, brother, I love you, I disagree with you, but I see your point, and, you know, we can move on. We don't have to harp on something. I'm saying we could start actually among our people communicating without that zeal activating of, you know, I think it's a chemical imbalance with our people that we just get crazy when we, and I gotta be, you know, I have to control my emotions when I'm getting attacked with these Kemetic communities, you know, they're disrespecting my culture and my God and things of that nature. But in the event, but what will come out of that is that we were able to show that because of my discipline and my teachings and what I learned, that's actually stopping what you consider black on black crime. You know, because of my teachings, I got to love my brother as myself. I got to, you know, in my understanding that Christ told me, if the servant is not above his master, if they hated me, they're going to hate you, and if they persecuted me, they're going to persecute you. So it comes with the territory. That actually is a positive. So I hope the Kemetic community can see that there is possibility with, you know, positive tenets within the scriptures and things of that nature. Because any other, you know, time in my life, you know, it would not end up that. It would end up differently, you know. But I understand that this comes with territory. We're gonna be fun of. We're gonna be ridiculed. We're gonna be called crazy and strange. You believe it in the Most High. So, and you hit it right in the nose, Elder Rawchaa, earlier when you were speaking. That's exactly what's happening. That now the Bible is becoming stranger, and stranger. That ultimately we're going to be the black sheep of everyone else. So, but I'm excited. You know, ultimately, I don't know what's going to be the end result of this, but I'm just letting the Spirit guide me, and ultimately is you know, want to try to have the spirit of the GOCC and how we operating, maybe rub a little bit on these other brothers. And it was funny because I was speaking to some of the brothers, and, you know, we were talking candidly, and, you know, a lot of them were concerned about me and GOCC because, you know, we teach certain things that are different, especially, you know, we accept Gentiles, and they were very apprehensive on on accepting us, but they told us, we won the, you won us over, brother. You got sincere that we don't care about that anymore. We want to build. So it's a blessing. And I think if you just put on Christ, and sometimes there's certain sayings that is Christ-like, but people don't really can make the connection. You got to kill them with kindness. And sometimes you're just a nice guy. That goes a long way. And people could ultimately say, you know what, I'm going to consider what this brother's saying just because I like this brother's spirit. And I think that's the key. And, hopefully that catches on and becomes a cancer, and it kind of grows within our community. That we have more brotherly love of one another. So and hopefully we could baptize a few souls.
Well, it's coming, brother, and it's a blessing, brother. I wanted to say, blessed and happy New Year, and a belated Purim to you. And I know y'all gonna have a good time for the Passover coming up very soon here, a couple of weeks.
Absolutely, I'm excited. I'm very excited. So, Elder, I'm always a pleasure just to hear you teach the word, and I'm gonna reach out to you because I'm putting the PowerPoint together, so I want to just kind of build with that because I want to really touch on the whole 200 years on that. Okay. And we could, because I think they're open to listen to us. So now it will be good, to put something together powerful.
And I wanted to say also before we go on, because there's a few announcements I have to make, that just my phone was in an area of the place where it wasn't getting no reception, so I know where to put my phone now. So you can contact me on my private phone, and then I can contact you back. The other thing I wanted to tell you about is I need to thank you for that documentary you sent me, because I ended up ordering one of the books, it really put a dent in my pocket. I think it cost like $500 for one of the books. But I had to get one of the books because this guy went over into Europe and found the book, but he read it, but he couldn't keep it himself. So I went and found one that was used. So now, I mean, that documentary you sent me, brother, was so super bad. I know the Most High had a spirit on that guy. Information of how they purposely moved the timeline of Egypt so that we wouldn't know that our people were there.
Exactly. Pattern of evidence.
All the archaeology adds up. Everything the Bible says as far as landmarks and everything is there, but the only thing that's missing is they're claiming that it happened in a different time period. Well, time doesn't matter if there's proof that Jericho fell. It's proof that Joshua set up a monument. It's proof that Joseph had a tomb, and there was 12 pillars in Avaris, which is Goshen. If there's physical archaeological proof of the 12 tribes of Israel, then we can put time out of the way and say, well, listen, according to the archaeology, our people were in Egypt and went from this place to that place. You understand? So, and then it was cold how he was able to use Manetho's own words to actually move the timeline back, where they actually moved the timeline of us being in Egypt over 1,000 years.
Yeah. So,
brother, and you know what? It meshed exactly with the timeline that I was doing independently.
Exactly.
Brother, when I think it, I was jumping up and down, because that's why the Most High had us do this timeline, because I didn't need the documentary, but the documentary confirmed everything archaeologically wise that was needed. It was a missing piece, brother, and I thank you for that.
Yeah, well, I gotta give thanks to Brother Divine Prosper, who's coming next week. He let me know of that documentary, and we're gonna be bringing in, because as you know, the biggest argument is that there's no evidence in the time what the Bible says it's supposed to be, because everybody is pointing their eye in Ramesses II, and
but the Bible never said that Israelites were under Ramesses II.
Exactly.
All right, so that was a geographical location that was named later.
Exactly.
But that had nothing to do with the king that was ruling. So these are the things we're going to bring out. Let's not put it all out there right now.
Exactly. And those, I know I'm also getting other, and this is something we are in control of this, so don't worry about. I know last time when so many people want to see it online it got all this, all this kabbalah, so we're in control of it. If people go to Maccabees TV, is a YouTube channel that we are in control of it, and you go into Maccabees pay-per-view and click on the link there, and then you'll be able to see you could pre-order the event. It's gonna come on live streaming. We got I got my brother who is a professional guy with the camera. We're gonna do something real nice for the people, and we're gonna be dropping a lot of Jews in regards of not only the evidence of Egypt, that we were in Egypt and things of that nature, because we were thinking about we're gonna touch on a little bit on the Kemetic, culture and things like that, but we're not gonna harp too much time because we think that's a dead issue. I think it's more proving the Bible from an archaeology perspective, because I think going forward, I think is the intellectual Hebrews going to win the fight today. In these days, especially with our brothers and sisters that are now kind of looking for this for identity, and I think over here, Elder, you may not feel it over there in where you're at, but over here in America, and especially in Babylon, especially like in Harlem and Brooklyn, there is a reawakening of people want to know who they are, and then there is a Black Power movement coming back, and there's a lot of energy in regards of that. And I think what's going on with the Kemetic community, they are trying to capitalize on that and try to teach Egypt, or try to teach a version of Egypt that never exists. This utopia Egypt, and everybody stole stuff from us, but now they're being exposed that they were having all kinds of satanic behavior, bestiality, incest. They were sacrificing blood sacrifice. You have pharaohs drinking menstrual blood of their wives to gain the essence. They used to have birth controls. They had condoms. And because of diseases. Now, it shows you that America and Egypt is the same country. It's the same thing that was going on in Egypt, with all the diseases, and it's deep because the Egyptians have this birth control that they used to take crocodile dung, I think some flour and some honey and some other chemicals, make a dabber and put it, and this is I'm being a little graphic, so forgive me, ladies. Put it inside the woman's vagina's layer.
Yeah, wait, hold up, brother. This is
I apologize. But it was a birth control. It was a birth control.
Too much information.
Too much.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and so they're being exposed on what's going on and how Egypt is very American. They had all kinds of. And that shows the scriptures brings more to life when the daughters of Zion in Egypt was multiplying in a much faster rate than the Egyptian women. And because the Egyptian women, the Egyptian culture was very, what you would call, very carnal in dealing with beauty and makeup and looking beautiful and things of that nature. So is that same spirit with the Canaanites, not the sons of Cain, that they didn't want their women to be to lose their figure, so they used to do that birth control with the chemical, the herbs and all that. So that show that when you look at the Egyptian culture, is a polar opposite of the Hebraic culture, and I think the cat is out the bag now. These brothers cannot teach this utopia Egypt like they used to be back in the days. And I apologize for being a little graphic, but it's a lot of...
Don't worry about it. Well, just hold tight, because you need to keep the bullets for when it's time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Just hold tight with it. You know what I mean? So I just got to make a few announcements, Gabar. So let me make those real quick, and I'm going to talk to you offline. Okay, brother. Bless you. I'm enjoying the show. Thank you. Okay. All right. Bless you. All right, I want to say real quick that we have the gatheringofchrist.org. We have the GOCC network Gabar was talking about us being able to help each other. Well, that's a way. If you have a private business or something that you need support, we're going to help support if you want to be a part of the GOCC network. We have calendars. We have things where you can order so you can grow and find the times and know exactly when to celebrate holy days. We got the Passover coming up, which is the 28th of this month. And so everyone's getting preparation for the feast that night. It's on the proper day, which is sundown. March 28th is when the feast began. Also, I wanted to give a big shalom and to Sister Malaka, who sent me personally the Hebrew flashcards, and I'm going to be going over some of those in the Hebrew and Bible Academy, which starts up this Sunday. So we're going to go back into the academy. I thank the Most High and the brothers in the Spirit of Christ and the brothers and sisters who've made that a success. And much people are learning under it, and we have a whole new line of 3 months for the brothers and sisters who want to come up and learn under the church. We will start it Sunday, and if you want to be a part of that, you will send an email to gatheringas1@AOL.com for the Hebrew and Bible Academy. We'll tell you how to get in. All right, what you got before we break down, Gaja? Where you at, Gaja? You ain't falling asleep on me now, did you?
Oh, sorry, Elder. My mic for that. Yes. Just quick reminder for everybody that the Passover coming up. Oh, sorry about that. That the Passover coming up on the 28th of March, which is next week's Saturday, and we're gonna be in Birmingham, United Kingdom. So all the people who want to join us get with us. Email us at gocc144uk@gmail.com. And just on a snippet out, I'll speak about this in the upcoming weeks. We're having a health seminar convention, so to speak, building with the church and the community, and that's gonna take place in July this year. I'll put more information out on that as the time go out, when everything's like really up and ready so people can actually see what it is that we're doing. So look out for that, all right? And what else was there for me to? Oh yeah, that's it. Elder. You announced the academy coming up, and that's it, man. Hope we can be back online again next week with a guest. We're gonna try and get the shows back to how they used to be. You with me? I know that there's been a void missing from the Wednesday evening, with, the show not being around. But like man, there's been been things going on in the background that has prevented us to come through. So hopefully we can put all them things behind us now and move forward.
Okay, well, hey brother, I'm ready. Let's go out swinging.
Yes.
It's time to hit Beelzebub with an uppercut, a spiritual uppercut. So
definitely.
I want to say thank you all for persevering, and the wives for persevering with their husbands, and the husbands forbearing and persevering with their wives. We must finish this. So we must get over these attacks and learn to love each other and care for each other, because at the end of the day, we is all we have. This is it. The whole world is against us.
That's right.
So that's where we are. So, brother, I'm going to say shalom until next week. I got a meeting. Well, it's a temporary meeting with brothers in Texas real quick. And then after that, I go to sleep. I'll do my prayer and go to sleep. But we will be back next Wednesday.
Yeah, man. Sounds good. Let's bring it back hard again. And New Year. Let's take it to the next level, man. I'm right beside you, with you, man. And enough love and big up to Elder Lawya and Brother Shapat there. They're doing it, man. I'm bringing it, man. You with me? And
holding it down.
Yeah, man, holding it down, man. And to all the brothers them worldwide as well, that hold it down, all right. And Elder, if you don't mind me playing Brotherly Love again to close the show out, if that's all right.
Come on, let's do it.
All right, everybody. So till next week, Kwame Asha, I love you and speak to you soon.
much pain. Life took a separate way. Both did some hurtful things, but it's not over. You know that we both care. So can we forgive and forget? I need you here. Remember the ups and downs, the trials we've been through. See, there is no one on this earth who can replace you, my brother. Life is too short, don't hold no grudge. No grudges, you are my brother. We must forgive and love each other. No matter what life throws at us, we must keep brotherly love. Searched high and low, where did you go? Pick up your phone. Oh, brother, do you hear me calling? See, I apologize. Hey, this bond will never die. Remember the ups and downs, the trials we've been through. So I'll keep on telling. I'll call till I get through to you. Life is too short, don't hold no grudges. No grudges, brother. We must forgive and love each other. No matter what life throws at us, we must